Hey everyone, thanks for joining us for Politically Incorrect Knitters, live from the Knitting Wars. I am Deplorable Knitter. We have the fabulous Ann Pinkova. We have Liz Clothier.
Either way.
We have Therese. We have Stephanie from Texas Peach Knits. And thanks for joining us for the Shark Week extravaganza special. It's the kickoff to Shark Week, so I guess the first thing we should do is talk about Shark Week, right?
Indeed.
Who started their projects? Have all of you guys started?
Yeah.
I only just started in the last 2 minutes, literally before we started going live. So look, it's right there.
Literal cast-on party, Anne.
That's right.
That's fine. Cast-on parties are not a bad thing.
No.
I started this morning, but then like my kids woke up and like stuff happened, and so I had to stop. But look it, I'm this far. It's a cowl. Can't you tell?
Is that the Giver? Or what yarn
This
is that?
The Giver. Yeah. I had planned on using the Friday night book club. No, the Friday night knitting club, that other colorway she has. But then my kids saw this one and they were like, use that instead. So I ended up with the Giver colorway. And it's a bandana cowl with honeycomb brioche on the edging. So I've never done that before. So hopefully it'll be cool. And not hard. We'll see.
So is that a Chicken Lady yarn?
Yeah, this is a Chicken Lady yarn.
Okay, that's gorgeous. I love the bright colors with the gray.
Yeah, it's the Giver.
I have some in her sport weight base.
Yeah.
That I'm waiting to.
I
haven't
is DK,
used.
But I'm pretty stoked about that. So, what are you working on, Liz? Anybody else have that feedback?
Yeah, Lynn in the comments says, Chicken Lady has some awesome yarn, doesn't she?
I don't know
Yes,
if she's
Liz.
allowed to say that. Isn't she biased?
Just a little.
She might have some shares in the company.
Okay, sorry.
Just a few, right?
Earbuds died on me, and they're brand new. Sorry about that. Yeah, I must not have charged them right.
Yeah. So, what are you knitting, Liz? What have you got going on?
Because Anne challenged, I'm doing a 3-color shawl, and
Cool.
this yarn is called Jaws from Earth Empress Fibers. And then there's 2 other blues. It starts out like my Story Keeper shawl, but it's going to have more sections, and it's like 12 inches wider. So,
Okay.
because go big or go home. So
Right.
that's my plan. We'll see. I'm not frogging it, so
Better.
we'll see how much.
There'll be some late nights for you.
Probably, because I have to go see family this weekend, which is not knitting conductive, unfortunately.
Just bring it along. Doesn't matter.
Oh, I'll bring it along. It's just unfortunately because they just keep talking to you and they won't let you just, What are you making? Is that crochet or is that knit? Who's it for?
Why are you doing that?
Yeah, to not talk to you. No, pretty much. But my son's girlfriend's going to meet the family for the first time, so this should be exciting for her. We warned her not to be surprised if there's some pressure and inquisition, and so because that's how they are. So we'll see.
Hey, that's life with family.
Yeah, that is indeed. So
How cool.
Yep.
Yeah, I know Ann said go big or go home, but I committed to 2 skeins, which is a lot for me. So I'm thinking it should be good. What about you, Stephanie? What you got going on?
Well, right now I am knitting on a Anna Knitter Van Gogh sock. It looks like water, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's because my Shark Week project is giving me headaches. This is my Sharky by Cheryl with Wise Owl Knits. And I have barely done Intarsia before, and I have never done Intarsia in the round. and this is eating my lunch.
No.
So it's okay. It's all going to be fine. But my son picked the green. He wanted green shark, and my kids did all of this for the people that didn't know.
Yes.
But my
Yes.
kids are really excited about Shark Week.
That's awesome. Oh, and show the picture closer too.
This is me
Because it's
as a
very
shark knitting in my easy chair.
That's
How
cool.
fun.
So awesome.
So yeah, so I was asking my daughters, does anybody have a shark t-shirt or hat or anything? And my oldest daughter was like, oh, I'll just draw you something, Mom, and she taped it on me.
I mean, that's
but
the way to
anyways,
do
this
it.
will be done. It will not be beautiful. So
First day of Shark Week, and it's already in timeout.
I know, it's barely even been, I don't know how long it's been, but it hasn't been that long.
That would be me with Intarsia too, though, so I totally get it, because that's not my thing either.
yeah, it's gonna be fine. Like, I know it's going to be fine. It just might not be fun.
That's cool. So, what about you, Therese? What have you got going on over there?
Trace?
Can she hear me?
I don't know. I think she's frozen now.
Uh-oh. Okay, well, we'll go back to
I
Therese.
started the
Oh,
Oh, there
Girl
she is.
Ho bandana cowl.
oh, cool.
It's out of alpaca because they are so much like sharks. I have no shark anything. Nothing.
Me neither.
No yarn, no stitch markers, nothing. I don't know. So I have to stop right now because I have to do short rows. And I can't do them and talk and watch at the same time.
Yep. I looked at doing that cowl too, but I decided to try something a little bit different. That's cool. Miss Ann Pinkova.
I'm sorry. I'm okay.
She's counting.
Like I said, I am 2 seconds into a Stephen West shawl. Look at this. Look, I have 4 stitch markers. It is little tiny. It is ridiculous. And I'm already looking at this going, you know, I meant to read this through before Shark Week. I did not. I definitely did not. But I'm knitting the shark tooth shawl in the larger size with the Feeding Frenzy yarn
Station.
Station.
Yes, with Mystery Mouse.
Ooh, that's a pretty colorway.
So beautiful. Anyways, and it's beautiful balled up too. My lighting is weird. I feel more vampiric than normal. But anyways, the yarn's fantastic. Susan from Delightful Works bag. It's amazing. And also, I got a box on Saturday with even more prizes.
What?
So we'll have to show that off at some point. I'm really excited. It's really cool.
Cool.
But yeah, I also have to figure out what the heck Steven means. So, you know, it'll be fun. It'll be good.
That'd be great.
There's
Seeing the
usually
wheels
videos.
turn. Yeah.
He has videos for all his weird techniques, so even if
Oh,
it's from a different shawl, you can always pop on to refresh your memory of how to do stuff.
Right.
Interesting.
Oh. I don't know. There's just a lot of stitch markers.
Fiddly.
Still makes sense. I mean, I chose this one, because I really like the shawl, but also I'm like, okay, once it gets big, it's mostly garter, stitch, and ribbing. Cool. Easy. You know, that'll work out. There's some nice details. I can run with it, and I'm just sitting here like, oh no. What have I done?
I think Lorelai, our friend, knit it a couple before. I know she had trouble at the beginning, but then it clicked.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
Well.
sometimes you just got to get into it. It takes a little bit of time.
Yeah.
excuse me.
And I had intended to make mine because nobody mentioned this one, but this is Chicken Lady's
Ooh.
Sharks Hug with Their Mouths. That's what it's called. And I was going to make my shawl with this, but then I realized I was making a shawl that required 400 yards and I didn't have quite enough. So
That'll do it.
Adam wants to know why we don't have any BIPOC folks on and why Neil isn't here today.
Not enough representation.
Yeah, I don't know
Well-
why Neil's not here.
Stephanie, you are muted.
I need to say that my children are half Mexican, so that makes me a Mexican mother, I guess.
So we have representation.
But I obviously do not look Mexican.
Ginger and Mexican. Those kids are.
The grandparents were really hoping for red hair, brown skin grandchildren. And I told them that genetically that was impossible. And they did not believe me. They were like, no, it can happen. So it's
I'm
okay.
taking it didn't happen.
Didn't know. Well, one of my children has red highlights in her brown.
That's cool. Counts for
It
something.
is. I think Neil said he was, I believe his term was knackered.
Ah,
Yeah,
Okay.
I think the whole live streaming 2 days in a row was a little much for
yeah.
you.
Yeah, I don't know, man. So, Anne, what kind of new prizes did you get? Are you gonna show us?
One second. Slip marker. I think I'm too. Sorry, I'm done. I'm not counting anymore because I've already lost the stitch marker and I've only just put it in. Okay, sorry. Makes for bad television, me just staring. But I have this fantastic box from the lovely Candy, who has an embroidery machine. So, here. So she made these bags. Here we go. We have a I Survived Shark Week bag.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
And there's 2 of these, which are fantastic.
That's gorgeous.
So yeah, there's that. And then there's also a got bitten bag.
Oh, that's cute.
They're both super cute. Who are these from?
These are from a lady named Candy, which I don't believe she has a shop or anything, though I suppose I should check. Here, one moment.
Well, if
But yes,
she doesn't have a shop, I bet you people are gonna want some.
Exactly. Here, let me go ahead.
So I have a question about winning the bigger prizes. So do you have to have beaten Shark Week to be entered for the bigger prizes, or is everyone who participates entered?
I think you have to beat it.
Yes. For
You
the
can't
grand
fail.
prize, right? For the grand prize, you have to have beat it.
Okay.
Oh wait. She does have a website.
Look, she said right here, no shop, just fun.
Those
Okay.
are gorgeous, Candy.
Sorry, she does have a website attached on her Instagram. 1 second.
I don't know.
Hang on. But yeah, the bags are amazing, and I'll show them again. Boop, there's her Instagram. Okay, sorry. But yes,
Cool.
I'm very excited. This is very cool. And then this is just the beginning of fun because the rest of the box, here, let me just move all of this over. But she also has lots of fun. Man, my lighting is bad. I'm sorry, guys. She has lots of fun little bags. There's little stitch marker bags. There's here like this one with s'mores on it and little. Oh, hi. Sorry.
I love it when
was
that happens.
I was surprised when you put me on full screen. Anyways, that we have
I couldn't see what you were doing.
Sorry, we have stitch marker bags. We have this lovely felt one. There are all sorts of progress keepers and buttons. And here, this one says, oh, sorry, that's avocado. This one says yarn chicken yarn chicken champ. Here. There we
Cool.
go. That's nicer. But yeah, there's some from 3 by There's again little stitch markers and tools and cozies. But there's also a lot of little stitch counter things. But there's a lot of these, which are the kind of nylon like yarn holder things.
Cool.
I forget what the proper term is for those. But yeah, I got several of those, so that's very cool. I think Lynn has them in her shop. I've never tried them before, but they're quite interesting. But yeah, lots of buttons, lots of cool things. They will all be distributed for prizes.
Wow.
Fun stuff. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Oops, I almost took you off the whole stream. My bad.
There we go. It's like, and we're over. But yes,
That was
very,
quick.
very cool. So yes, the like I said, that we're going to we're going to have the grand prize winner who has had to have completed the Shark Week challenge, but we also have we're going to do one prize for if the shark did get you. So we have the other bag for that stuff. And it'll just be a random drawing out of all the people who participated. And yeah, we'll do at least one other smaller prize, maybe a couple, depending on how we sort everything out, because people have been really lovely and generous. So yeah, it's a party. And yeah, if you haven't joined yet, please do. There are a couple people that I haven't emailed back yet, but if I haven't replied to you, feel free to say something. I think the only people I haven't replied to are like the ones yes.
And excuse me, my little one is participating. Will you please send stickers?
I will, but have they
I didn't-
emailed me with their address?
You have our address, and they're not allowed to email. I'm sorry.
Well, okay. If you're going to be that way about it, but I've made literally everybody else email me, so.
She even made us
Always-
email.
Exactly.
And
Always
Neil was not a
asking
fan.
for special treatment. I didn't have Neil's address. Sorry, Neil.
I know. He wanted to be special.
Fine.
No.
We will email you.
Thank
So
you.
we have a question in the comments about what is Shark Week.
What isn't Shark Week? Anyway, our Shark Week challenge is so from today, July 11th, 2023, until July 18th. You have to start a project and finish it in that amount of time, or you have to rip it all out. And you're entered for prizes, and everybody who emails us at politicallyincorrectknitters@gmail.com with your name and address, everyone gets free stickers from all of our participating podcasts, so like 12 different podcasts, as well as a regular Shark Week sticker and a sticker whether you've won or lost.
Yes, and I think you have to declare what you're making also.
Right.
Because
right.
if
you
you
email.
say, yeah. I was just gonna say, if you don't like tell us what you're making and then you get to just one sock instead of two, like it's,
Right.
Is somebody running water? Do you guys hear that?
Not that I can hear.
I have a fan going, but you shouldn't be able to hear it because these are noise canceling. So
I don't know.
I can turn it off.
It's okay.
But
We're having some sort of,
Let me turn it
Right.
off.
issue.
Yeah. And it's been funny with people, asking what's allowed, what isn't allowed. Because, okay, if you have a pair of socks, that if you say, okay, I'm just making one sock for the week and you finish one sock, you're good. If you have two socks and you say you're going to finish two socks, but you only finish, or if you only finish like one and a half, the first sock has to go. And there was one lady who emailed, she's very ambitious. She's like, I'll do 2 projects during this week. And I'm sitting there like, it's forfeit. The first project that is finished is forfeit if you don't finish the second.
Oh,
Like, you gotta
That's
name it
scary.
and claim it. You gotta make what you say you're gonna make, or it all goes.
yeah. I don't. Good news is I can't win, so I'm not taking mine out if I lose.
I did say that if you don't take it out, if you lose, you don't get stickers. So,
Some of
Well,
our
my
friends
kid
have
is-
said.
right.
Some of our friends have said if they do have to take it out, you will get some very dramatic frogging videos, if that
I
becomes
am
necessary.
pro drama.
That would be the best.
So
So I'm interested in knowing how many people have officially joined in the challenge.
Good question.
Okay, as of right now, let's see. Okay, so the Telegram group and everyone who joins becomes a part of the Telegram group, and we're going to figure out a Zoom call sometime this week. But so far there's 76 members of the
Cool.
Telegram group, and not everyone who's emailed me has also gone over to Telegram. And also there are a couple people who are hanging out in my email that I haven't sent the group link to yet, and I will. So probably, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5 more people hanging out in my email that I haven't replied to.
So 80
So, yeah,
something.
it's
That's
been-
not bad.
Yeah, pretty good
it's a
crowd.
good turnout.
Yeah. And I'm gonna do this only applies to the people in my Patreon, but we're gonna have a Zoom on Thursday night, and I'm hoping that we'll talk about our projects. So if you're one of my peeps, you can come.
Right. And Tabitha has said that you get double points for Shark Week during the Murder Knits Along. So,
Ooh, I better.
That was very sweet of her.
yes.
I've been listening to true crime. I just forgot that I need to be posting about it. That's my problem. I listen to it all the time.
Now, is
All
there
it
any
takes is one
true-
post.
Is there
I
any
know.
true crime that involves sharks?
Yes,
True.
there is.
Why
Go
do you
for it.
know that? Has it been a
'Cause
conversation
I saw
in
it.
her group?
No, I saw
Okay.
a video actually last month because it was a true crime thing that happened in Australia, where back in like the 20s, teens or 20s, 1900s, this guy who owned an aquarium was losing money. So he needed an attraction. So he went out in a boat and they caught a shark, a tiger shark, and they brought it back to the aquarium. They didn't really know what they were doing. And when the shark was swimming around, it threw up a human arm. And they were able to tell who it was from that tattoos. And it turned out that there was a whole thing with a murder plot and everything. So there's an actual true crime about a tiger shark was the catalyst for finding the dead body because the shark had eaten them. They had dumped the body out in the ocean. This shark happened to be the one to eat it, and it happened to be the one that got caught by the aquarium guy.
That's
So.
crazy.
Yeah.
Al asked if we can have a late night on the 18th to finish projects. That's a no-go. It ends at
No, it
12 Eastern. 12
oh,
Eastern.
Tracy's fine.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know what happened.
so-
Oh, sorry.
Oh no,
Wrong
Tracy.
button.
But if we're gonna have live up until the end, I mean,
I will not
I
be on the
know,
live until midnight. There's no
I know.
chance.
I know it's not so much a you thing, but I think the plan was to go live on the 18th, so I'm not sure we'll do
Yeah.
one so late. Or maybe you go to bed early and the rest of us will marathon it out. We'll see.
Well, it's only 9 p.m. for me. You're Eastern.
Yeah.
So
But the thing that Anne forgets about is that these people that live in my house, they have this thing where once they wake up, I wake up. And the one of them couldn't sleep last night, and so they were at my bed at 4 o'clock in the morning, going,
There's Therese.
"Mom, I can't sleep."
So therefore, you shouldn't sleep either.
Yes. So
Man,
I can't stay up late. It's not my thing.
I get it.
Keep
I had a
going,
kid
said they
that
just started casting on. Yay.
I
Sorry.
had a kid that when he was sick,
Sorry,
he
guys.
wanted everyone to be just as miserable as he was. So he had to tell everybody how sick he was and moan and groan and be out in, in front of everybody. My other kids, just like her dad, just wrap in her a blanket, leave her alone, and don't mess with her.
Yeah.
But
My kids just want to be chill when they're sick, but man, I don't know what. So after I got up, after they woke me up, I'm like, look, I was up in the night already. If you can't sleep, like read a book. Like don't you don't need to
Right.
tell me you can't sleep. It's okay. You'll be fine. If at that age, I think they're starting to get like nervous and worry about stuff, and so it's not just that they can't sleep. It's like, oh no, I'm worried I can't sleep. We have things to do. It's a whole new level.
it's a shame.
Whatever.
Easy. Look at that mess.
Oh dear.
Hold on.
What the?
No, hold it back
Sorry.
up. What is
No, that
going
there's-
on?
How?
I don't know. There's
Because
six
I see,
markers
because you're
there.
doing. Oh, because of that. Yeah, I see
Wow.
why, but
Yeah, that it's like we will persevere. We'll keep
Oh,
going.
Teresa's gone again. Teresa's
might be
having
her
trouble,
inner.
I guess.
Yeah, maybe her internet. I don't know. Don't they have? Aren't you guys getting storms on the East Coast?
I'm not. Georgia might be, or Southern.
Well, she's in Michigan. I don't know if they were having them or not.
Michigan. I
Yeah.
thought she was in the South.
Nope, she's from the South originally, but she's in Michigan. She was
Oh.
she was in El Paso a few months back. Her husband was working there, so they stayed in El Paso. But she lives in Michigan, near outside of Detroit.
I could have sworn
Somewhere.
that she was in the South. I must be confused.
No,
Oh well.
she is a Southern
Just me
girl
being
though.
confused. Yeah. No, I mean I'm not getting storms, but if they're in Michigan, they'll be here tomorrow. Usually is how it works. So, what's the Frankenstein knitting? Here, Ann.
Yeah.
What the Frankenstein's knitting is that?
Yeah, I have no idea. Or maybe it's a little punk rock. Who knows? There's a lot of metal going on here.
It'll work out.
Her internet's lagging. They're having a storm. All right, Trees.
Oh.
Well, thanks for coming. Sorry if we barely
Yeah,
talked to
hopefully
you.
she can get back in.
Yeah. And I don't think I've ever had a project start with that many stitch markers, because you must have one after every other stitch.
Almost.
Well, it is Stephen West, but so it will make sense at some point.
Yeah.
I've never done one of his. Everybody's like so obsessed with them, and I'm like, I don't know. Are they that good?
Depends on your color choices. Because
I've
some
seen
of them.
some that I think are terrible, and I would never tell the people making
I
it.
did the Mystery Knit Along 2 years ago, the shawlography, and I loved it because I learned so much because it's techniques I had that I never would have figured out. But I tried to do the last one, and I absolutely hated it and frogged it. But I have done a couple of his shawls. The Garter Abyss, which was just plain, just sitting TV knit garter. Because a few years ago in one of our chat groups, we had a Stephen West knit along. So everybody was knitting those and knit that really pretty one.
Yeah.
What was
I
the one you
remember.
did?
Oh, the Rockefeller.
Yeah, that one. But
yeah,
they're not
here,
for
Donna.
everybody.
Tis
Yes.
the shark tooth. Hoping it works for me. Here. I don't know if that will show. Anyways. There's only 3 pages of instructions. And one of them is just definitions. So I don't
So
know
once
if
you
it's
get
a
it,
set of-
once you get the set down, then it's probably just a bunch of repetitive stuff.
right.
Yeah. Here, Amy said that she hated the last one too, twists and turns, and she pulled it out.
Yeah. I don't know of anyone of our friends who finished it. I think
Yeah.
we all
You know,
kind of.
I think my problem with his projects, especially the mysteries, are that I don't have the time, right? And then I don't have like the attention span. And then to not know if it's going to be like something I want, it has no appeal to me even a little. Like that's the thing with his. Like if you make a wrong choice with your yarn or something, you're out. It's over. It looks like something flew
Yeah, I
off.
think
So
they're good for learning. Like all his shawl patterns, there's always some little technique or trick, and he has so many videos of how to do things. And
mhm.
he's so forgiving. Like in his video, you have too many stitches. It's okay. Just decrease some or just add a couple. It's fine. You have 6 too many stitches. Who cares? It's like there's no pressure. Like his attitude is anyone can do this. Don't get stressed.
Mhm.
And that's a great way to do tutorials. So people aren't sitting there screaming while they're trying to follow a thing on the TV or the YouTube. But yeah, some of his shawls I love. Some of them they're just not me. But
Yeah. Have you
I
ever
really
made one of
like
his,
the
Stephanie?
idea of the make along, but I'm kind of with you, DK, where like I don't already have the yarn and stash that I could pull to like make something and try it out. And then also like the further the make alongs get, the more crazy they get because he needs like new ideas and he has to keep them interesting, and then they start looking kind of more and more interesting
Right.
just because he has to keep surprising people.
No, he has to like
yeah,
keep escalating the whole thing. It's like,
yeah,
maybe you should have stopped.
Exactly.
yeah. I think
But
I like a lot of his patterns that he puts out more than the mystery ones.
yeah, that he has
Mhm.
put out a couple of more straightforward, plain patterns lately. So
Yeah. But maybe someday I'll try one. That one that you made was pretty nice, Anne. That Rockefeller one or whatever it was.
yeah,
That was pretty.
that
But
was pretty. It's very straight. Well, I wouldn't say it was very straightforward. That would be a lie. But I mean, I was able to figure it out without too much heartache. So,
yeah, cool.
but yeah, I think okay, that looking at my crazy yarn thing, it's often that I'll keep stitch markers in, but then when I know what I'm doing, a couple of these bad boys are gonna go.
See,
Exactly.
I like them because I don't pay attention, and so like when I get to them, I'm like, oh yeah, I have to do something here. Like otherwise, I would just be like knitting, and not my kids would be talking to me, and all of a sudden I'd be like, oh shoot.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
But
I run into that a little bit with the isom shawl that I'm working on. Ooh, I should go grab that. Here.
oh yeah,
Though, here, one second. Let me stop my camera so you don't have
she
to
should.
see me roll back indignantly.
Yeah, I have a lot of stitch markers in here. I have like 20 some, but it's that way I don't have to for the repeat.
hmm
So that I don't have to count, I just know I have 13 stitches and they repeat the same all the way across. And it just
yeah,
makes it easier if I make a mistake. I know how to find it faster than having to look back through
yes,
lace.
yes.
And then in the
That's what
next
I
section,
do
I'll
with
pull them
lace
out.
too, because otherwise it's like I mean, for me, it's like I have no idea what happened. It's a disaster, and then I just throw it out. It's over. So,
Yeah, I do that on hats too when I'm doing repetitive ones because then that way you can just keep going around the hat and not worry about it so much.
I know you told us what your project is, but remind me.
The Storykeeper shawl that I made for the U.S. Indianapolis Legacy
Yes,
fundraiser,
yes, yes.
this is a bigger version of that. So
Okay,
it's going to have more sections and it's about 12 inches wider. And
cool.
so it'll be next year's pattern for the fundraiser,
Yeah.
this one.
Cool.
So yeah, thanks to everybody who's bought the pattern. I really appreciate it. The money is going to go to a good cause. So
It's awesome.
Awesome.
yeah.
But okay, this isn't going to show very well because I'm halfway through a row and I can't work on it now. It's Shark Week. But here I have
self-imposed Shark Week, remember?
Self-imposed Shark Week.
Yeah,
These
and
are
this
my
whole thing is
own.
your fault.
I know all of this. Blame me. I'm the one you sue.
The whole
Um,
thing was Anne's idea.
but
As soon as I heard
anyway,
about the frogging, I knew that for sure.
yeah, that I'm the mean one. But I have the Isom shawl. I have my big old Y.
That's cool.
Looks
Yeah, and
good.
then I have this little intarsia section on the side for the stripes, and that is to look like that guy's outfit.
Did you pull it out and pull
I
back?
did not, but I'm still thinking of it because this is going to be a big old shawl, and I'm thinking that this section right here, so it's 20 garter ridges, 10, and then I have 10 and I'm still working on it. I'm like, maybe this one should have been 15. So I think I'm gonna have to do that. Not now though. I'm gonna take the whole week to think about it. I'm gonna throw this to the side and I'll see if I can convince myself not to, but we know how that's gonna go.
We know that you won't, so good luck with ripping that out.
Right.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's why you're my favorite, Anne. She and I are like polar opposites when it comes to like how we knit and approach things. I'm like, whatever, it's not a big deal. Anne's like, no, this stitch should be one over. I will rip back an entire project to fix that. And I'm like,
Not
gonna do it.
entirely. And I would also say that part of it is that I'm making this as a pattern. So I'm like, yeah, but if I'm like taking a picture and this is the shawl you'll get, and someone's like, that's not the shawl I got because your rows are different from the end product, they'll be like, okay, yeah, I should rip it out then. So it's what it
If
should be
someone
in the
takes
end.
the time to count the ridges on your picture, they have problems.
Well,
I
you'll
do
be able
that
to
on
see it.
pattern
It's
samples too,
huge.
though.
And then all the
I
counting will be different.
I do that on pattern samples too. I will rip out to make sure the sample looks right because
You know
I
they
have
would
that
though.
terrible.
Like there are people who will notice, and
Yeah,
I would
and I'm
fix
afraid
it
of
just
those
to
people.
avoid the headache.
Right.
Yep.
And
I know
and
that. I just love to bug Anne because I think it's funny.
And also, I would say that when I did the Stardust shawl, that there is a slight difference between the Stardust shawl and the actual pattern, but it's those are like a couple stitches different, so it's not everything. And the intarsia, all of that's good, all of that. But I think trying to remember, I think some of the increases are the slightest bit different when I started it than what the actual written pattern is. So, but that's like really small, fine details thing. That's not,
No, I just
having
love
an
to review
extra.
about it
Yeah.
because there's something about the fact that I'm so like whatever and you're so not that it makes me laugh. Like, could we have gotten two people who like approach this more differently together? Probably not. So that's all.
Want it to be right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited though.
Yeah, but if
Um,
you make it for a gift for somebody who doesn't know knitting, you can not worry so much about that because chances are they
yeah.
won't even notice it.
So I have a knitting question. If you're making shorty socks, how long do you make the leg? Like not super short, but like normal short. How many inches would you make them?
I don't make short socks anymore, so I don't know.
Good question.
No.
Because it really depends. And that's not a good answer.
It just depends on how you want them.
Yeah. So that, again, terrible, terrible answer.
Because I know you could have like just the little cuff and then the foot. But
Right.
I was like, I want to be able to see a little bit of the Van Gogh if you have like a shoe on.
Right.
But I don't want it super long because I kind of want to get 2 pairs of socks out of this colorway.
Well, you can make it like a crew sock, where it's not all the way up, and it's, just that way you'll see more of it on the leg than you would in the shoe.
The
Twice
chat
the
has
ribbing.
opinions.
Okay. Let's see here. I did shorter ribbing, so I think I'm ready to start the heel. I don't
I
know. This
can't
is
help
probably
you
like
even a little.
3 inches.
That's probably fine, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And somebody said, "Oh no, we lost DK." I wasn't lost. One of my kids was talking to me, because the cool secret that I'll tell you is that their bedroom's through the store, so they like to come in and bother me. So, quarter length crew. I don't know about socks, guys. Tree says my cuff is 1.5 and then 1 inch of foot before the heel. So 3 inches sounds right.
I mean, like socks, I'll wear the ankle socks, like, random cotton store-bought ones that are very short and, not think anything of it. So you could go crazy, but then you risk, losing your sock in your shoe, which is no fun.
Nobody
Or,
likes that.
or again, even with my store-bought socks, when the elastic dies, and it's just sad now.
There was one brand I was buying that had like this extra padding on the heel, and that kept it up on the back of your shoe so it wouldn't get sucked in.
Oh, nice.
So
Yeah.
if you could do that to your socks, that would be cool. Stephanie's like, no, I'm not doing that.
Stephanie's
Sorry.
like, yeah, whatever.
No customization. No customization.
You get what you get, and that's it.
Right. I mean, if you have like a heel flap, that probably is pretty similar.
Yes. Right, because it's cushioned.
Right.
Okay. I think it's long enough.
Yeah.
Me too.
I never did heel flap. I always did toe up, and I used a garter stitch heel because it was more padded, and then I didn't have to do purling on short rows. So.
I love heel flaps, but I have like a super high instep. So like I have to do an extra long heel flap just to get my foot into the sock. So, and that's okay.
I know. I know they're kind of a horse apiece for me between heel flaps and regular, because I love I love making the heel flap. All of that is a lot of fun, but the 2 at a time toe up, love it, the best, my favorite. But I can't do that with opal yarn.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I could sit there and I could wind off however so much. People have said that before, but no. So I just have to knit them 1 at a time like everybody else.
Sounds like a personal problem.
Yeah, pretty much.
You could get the perfect, from Arnie and Carlos, and knit those 2 at a time.
True. Or I think Miss Anna Knitter does have more of the Van Gogh yarn, so I could just buy more yarn.
I mean, that's always an option, isn't it?
Right.
So,
Well, if you doubled your yarn, then you can make double the socks and knit them all 2 at a time.
That is true. Everybody gets socks. Everybody needs socks. I know that it's in the middle of summer, and Liz, you're dying, and Stephanie's in Texas and everything else, but I'm sitting here going like, winter's coming, man, and it's coming for me. It's worse than Shark Week. Like being in the teeth of winter, no joke, nothing at all. So.
I get that totally. But
I
I don't wear socks year round, so I don't make them anymore. I made them when my daughter was up at school in Utah because she actually had winter, but now that she's home, she doesn't need any more, and we don't really wear hand knit socks here in the desert.
Yeah.
Fair.
I have PTSD about winter because we had Snowmageddon here in Texas a couple years ago. And I'm going to tell you, it was bad. And they shut all our power off because those solar panels and windmills that they put up for us that were so great, they all froze over and nothing worked. And they turned off every part of the grid that did not have emergency services on it. So like my friend's house 1 mile down the street had power because she's on the same grid as the fire station. But my house did not have power, and I mean, it was 4 degrees.
That's
And
not fun.
I don't think we had power for 36 hours. It was really, really bad.
Right.
And so now I'm scared of winter.
Yeah, and I mean, also, and your houses aren't like built for it either. So it's not like us where we have heavy insulation. It's like, okay, power is out, and people will still keep fireplaces, which some states are absolute Nazis about. Some countries
Can't
too.
have
I
them
just don't
here.
get it.
You can't have them here anymore.
My governor's trying to get rid of anything that's gas or fireplaces that burn wood, or anything that means that she can't control us if we have it. So
Yeah,
that's fantastic.
very charming that way. But yeah,
Well,
where I live, it's like, and then you die.
a lot of people here have like huge propane tanks. Like,
Mhm.
have you ever seen King of the Hill? Like, Texas is all about propane. But
Propane and propane accessories.
yes,
That's right.
I love it. And people were running out of propane in their huge tanks because it was just like so cold for so long. And we have a fireplace. So in our living room where our fireplace is, it's a wood burning fireplace. We nailed blankets over every opening in the living room and had the fire going, and all of us slept on the floor right in front of the fire. And it has a blower in it that will push the heat out, but because the electricity was off, like most of the heat is going up the chimney. So I don't know. It was traumatic. And now, like, every time they forecast like cold, I'm like, oh no, oh no.
Not again.
It was really bad.
Well, I know. I'm trying to remember the name of the company, but it's one of those, they used to send you a magazine, Amish stores sort of a thing. And they would advertise a fan without electricity that you could sit on top of your wood stove, that it would just kind of go.
Well, we went out and bought a giant battery and a solar panel for the battery. So like we keep the battery charged and it can power the fan. We made sure to get one that had enough power that we could plug just the fan and one light into. We were like, if we have one light and we have the fan on the fireplace, we will survive.
Right. We'll make it through.
I'm telling you, like it was traumatic.
Yeah, I bet you Hokel is going to go after our generators next because
probably
can't have those. They run on fossil fuels.
Yep.
They're not taking my. So I live in the desert where it regularly exceeds 100, but they are not taking my fireplace. If I want to fire when it's 110 out, I will light my damn fire.
Yeah, we're not supposed to light them here, and in the new houses here, they won't let you build one. Which, I think if you're building it, you should be able to put whatever you want in it, but.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think I'm missing the chat Bose earlier that Amy, not of Two Sisters, says that she hasn't joined yet and she might. Come on, Amy, jump on in. Water's fine. It's only a little bite.
It is.
Yes. Come in. And why isn't Amy from Two Sisters and some Yarn on here? What's going on with that?
Well, she was invited.
Whatever. I see where we land here.
And she came in late and she asked if she missed Stephanie reading a storybook about sharks.
No.
Ooh, are you reading us a story?
No, I can. I have 4 books that a child provided me with, so I could go through and give you shark facts.
Ooh.
If you need shark facts.
Of course you need shark facts every time.
Who doesn't? I thought we were doing the new
Story
I thought
time.
that was going to be our new thing. It was going to be story time, but I forgot about it. So I
We
don't
were
have
gonna
any
do
books.
it, and I don't have any storybooks, and then we forgot because we were gonna do it that same week you guys did it.
I mean, I could
And
read like Good Night Moon or something. I can get one of my kids to get out of their bedroom.
Yeah, I have like Stella Luna, but I mean that doesn't help for Shark Week.
Well, I don't have anything for Shark Week. I could go get our science textbook from downstairs, but that might be a little dry for, some light reading.
I
Here,
have
Stephanie, what are some shark facts?
I have a fascinating shark fact.
Okay.
Okay, in the past, the Romans treated teething pains by rubbing their children's teeth with dried shark brains.
Wow.
Scientists have found that sharks rarely develop cancer, and research into sharks may help doctors find a cure. Maybe sharks can help bite and cure cancer.
Oh, good.
Perfect. Sharks
And
will
the
save
single
us
thing,
all
I
in
have
the
no
end.
idea. That's bizarre. I have no idea. Like, is it because sharks like grow multiple layers of teeth that they would think that the dried shark brains would help with teething pains?
I don't know.
Maybe. I
And
mean, but did it work is also the question. I mean, okay, if I had a kid who was crying and I'm like, let's put some shark brains on it, and then it didn't work, then I'd figure that, it wouldn't be a thing anymore, right? That I would have tried it and nothing
Well,
changed.
Well,
So
maybe it's a placebo. Maybe if you tell them it works, they
yeah, but
believe
if
it.
it's an infant crying from teething pains, you can't get a lot of placebo out of that. Unless they're like, I'll stop crying because it tastes so bad. But even then, they'd just cry more. So that wouldn't be effective.
yeah,
And
but
have
you know
any of
how
you
things
ever
are.
known someone that grew 3 sets of teeth? Because
No.
it's like a thing. It's like some kind, and it has some kind of like shark name where a human will like lose 2 sets of teeth and then grow their permanent set.
Wow.
I have not heard of that. That's strange.
Hmm.
So I think
Yeah.
one of the CPAs I worked for a long time ago, his son got braces. And then after they took the braces off, all his teeth fell out.
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh.
And then he grew another set.
Did he need braces again?
And he needed braces again.
Oh, wow. That's like, jeez.
You'd
Oh
think
my
you'd
gosh,
quit at
I'd be
that point. Be
ticked.
like, nah, I just have bad teeth now. I'm sorry.
I don't know. He did tell me that, but I don't know if it's like a Texas tall tale or something.
Well, this Diana Clark said her great uncle had 3 sets, so I guess it's a thing. Like, it's not. You didn't just make it up, I don't think.
Yeah.
Unless it's the Mandela effect and you said it and then she has a memory of it that's not true, so it's hard to say. No more braces, right? How funny. So
This says that the majority of sharks are actually harmless. And there's sharks called basking sharks, which are huge, evidently.
Mhm.
And they're filter feeders like whales.
Like whale sharks, yeah.
Yep.
Well, it's kind of like the thing where, like, according to the fossil record, the majority of dinosaurs were like smaller than a dog. And also what our definition of dinosaur is a little, dinosaur literally means big, great lizard. So, what's a dinosaur and what isn't a little sketchy. But, it's like, yeah, but I want to hear about the T-Rex. They're like, most sharks are harmless. I'm like, yeah, though. But tell me about the one that's going to eat me.
yeah.
Well, I don't know if any sharks were eaten, but Joe talked about a movie recommendation yesterday. If you need something to watch while you're knitting, and it was Sharkansas Women's Prison Massacre. Evidently, it's
I'm
It's
sure
not
it
even
will
a
get
B
you
movie.
Lots of shark facts.
She found it
It'll
on
be
Prime, and
very
I guess
educational.
the prisoners were wearing cutoff shorts and tight T-shirts, like Playboy model style, and there were some sort of sharks in the mud. I don't know. She found it late night on Prime, and that was her shark watching movie pre-Shark Week.
Oh my gosh.
And she was surprised that none of us had heard of it.
Really?
We're like, no, it's not big
I'm sure it
in
made
America.
a
Sorry,
lot of
Joe.
money in theaters.
I mean, it's not Sharknado, so why would we have seen it? Come on.
Yeah.
Well, I am
As-
100% watching Finding Nemo.
Ooh,
There
good
you go.
That's
idea.
going to be my Shark Week movie is Finding Nemo.
Mhm.
I was just thinking maybe I can make this into a school thing and we can, because my little one is participating, and we can watch a shark documentary something while we knit our projects and get school and Shark Week all in one. I mean,
Exactly.
You can like go to a zoo and see a shark, have a
we
field
don't
trip.
have any aquariums close enough to us to make it. They're in camp all week, so I won't have time to do it.
Oh,
But I will be seeing a musical this week because they are going to be putting one on Friday, so got that going for me. They have 4 days to learn everything. I can't wait to see how it goes.
Well, at least it's not Sharknado the musical, so that's probably a good thing.
That would be awesome, though.
Will there be any sharks in the musical?
No, it's called The Most Epic Birthday Ever, and all the parents disappear, and then the kids are trying to govern themselves. So I bet you if they had a choice, there would be sharks in it, but I don't think so.
Sounds
I'm
kind of Lord of
assuming
the
it has
Flies.
Yeah, I was about to say. I assume that it has a happy ending. It doesn't go all Lord of the Flies on you, and they sing little songs about how they have
I
to
don't
eat
know.
each
I
other.
don't know how it ends. I haven't heard the last songs yet. We've only listened to the first three or something. So we'll see how it goes.
that's interesting. But it reminds me, my husband introduced me to a movie called The Day Without a Mexican. Have you heard of that movie?
Okay. No.
No.
And it's basically in Los Angeles, I guess, or it's in the US. And there's one day that all the Mexicans disappear and like nothing can get done because like all the like construction and all the, and then there's like
All the
random
workers
people
are
who didn't
gone.
even know they were Mexican that disappear. And everyone's like, we didn't even know they were Mexican. And my husband, who's Mexican American, he thinks it's hilarious. He was like, this is so funny. And we have to watch this. And we watched a long time ago, so I don't remember. But you're like the parents disappearing remind me of the Day Without
That's
a
funny.
Mexican.
Uh-huh.
So
And did you see Amy's comment? Did you see Amy's comment? She needs the link. It was in the Shark Week chat on Telegram. The podcaster one, but if you can't find it, Anne has it.
Here, I will send it. Sorry, I got distracted by my knitting again. But yeah, I would say, okay,
I want to see this movie, The Day Without a Mexican, though, because that sounds
Right.
hilarious.
I mean, not to diminish
She
con-
says it sounds
exactly,
racist.
exactly. Not to diminish
too.
the contributions that we've had from our lovely, Mexican American, friends, and in your case, family. Sounds pretty racist.
I think it was made in like the late 80s, like before being racist was so much of a thing. So yeah, I don't know. But my husband and his family think it's hilarious. So,
Well.
I mean, can it really be racist? So,
Well,
and really
then
the
there's-
people were hurting. Like they realized how much they needed the Mexicans. So,
Hey, Ames.
Hey,
It's funny.
There.
I
She
am
got it.
purely on in my pajamas and my hair towel in case y'all wanted the inappropriate book read.
Is it a
Oh, that's
shark
right.
book?
I don't know if DK's heard the inappropriate books.
I have not, but I'm gonna make you a solo layout.
Oh, geez. Which one do you want?
And do you want to play with my balls? You pick whichever one's your favorite.
I've heard both of them, so it's whatever Amy prefers.
Yeah,
Right.
bro.
All right, I'll do the
Are,
balls.
are we gonna like terrify people?
There's nothing like there's no bad words, and it's technically a story about balls.
But it's just full of innuendo. Okay.
It's technically a story about balls. Let me summon my student loan worthy education voice. Okay. Do you want to play with my balls? By the Cifaldi brothers and illustrated by Santiago Elizadale. So they say. Hey, Louie, do you want to play with my balls? All right, it's kind of hard to get this one. Sure, Chuck, I can hold your ball sack so it won't drag on the ground. Wow, your balls are so big I can't even fit them in my mouth. My mom's always yelling, Louie, get those balls out of your mouth before you choke. You know that mean girl, Sally? She squeezed my balls so hard they looked funny. Yeah, well, when I play with Sally, I always end up with blue balls. Hey, he's got a cool, like, knit hat.
Oh boy.
Billy Johnson made Sally cry last week. Now that kid's got balls. I can't tell if you can see the picture. So. Not anymore. Yesterday, Sally kicked Billy's balls so hard he lost one. Look, Louie, your dog is licking my balls. Let's roll them on Sparky's fur. Girls hate hairy balls. You know, Chuck, if we show Sally our hairy balls, she'll scream for sure. Yeah, but I don't know. I kind of like Sally. I wish she would just play nice with my balls. Yeah, me too. Hey, Sally, do you want to play with our balls? Sure, but only if I can play with both of your balls at the same time. The end. There you go. That is what a $10,000 education degree can buy you.
There you go.
See, you started
my
story
gosh.
time, DK. This is what happens.
Amy, why do you own that book? Like,
Oh, and there's this one too.
Oh, Brenda's Beaver, yeah.
why?
I don't know.
Because I saw someone read it and I was like, that can't be real. And it's a real book. It's not meant to be a children's book, but
Right.
it's footsie, as they say.
Well, you made me
Shockingly
snort,
direct,
so that was fun.
unabashedly sentimental, and totally asinine. It's a visually stunning treat embellished with brightly colored images by award-winning illustrator. It's a book for all
Somebody was
ages.
paid money to make this,
Now, see, this
and then they sold lots of copies.
And see, this is why
That's
I
a
know
different
that I could have
publisher.
done more with my life. Somebody made money doing that.
See,
Where
this is
did
a
I go
different
wrong?
publisher. So that means there's two depraved individuals. I was thinking all this time they were the same author. They're not.
Oh, Lord.
I think this one has like a whole series, though. There's like a whole bunch of them.
That's scary.
That's funny.
Hey, listen, thanks for having me on, guys, but I got text messages, so I have to go do family things. So,
Okay, well, thanks. It was
but
fun
thank you
seeing
so much. I appreciate it. Enjoy Shark Week and the Taskmaster.
That's stuck.
You still got 1,000 stitch markers?
Or am I the only one stuck?
I still have 1,000 stitch markers, but during that book, I was able to get 2 rows. Look at that. Look, it's
Woohoo.
something.
Oh,
Oh,
It's
wow,
happening.
that's pretty.
hey.
It's pretty.
I haven't
Well,
even
thanks for having me
yet.
on.
All right, we'll
All
see ya.
right, thanks, Liz.
Bye.
I haven't even cast on yet, so
Why not?
because I had to work today and it was a long day.
Whatever.
I
Like,
just got
that's an
home,
excuse.
and then some weirdos wanted me to come online, so
You know,
And you did in your pajamas and your head towel
I'm in
because
my pajamas, and I don't have a bathrobe like Tabitha because it's too hot for bathrobes. So sorry, but
what are you making? Do you know?
I'm gonna make my murder knit shawl. So it's cast up. I just got to go start it. And I woke up last night at 11 and thought I could cast on and get up, but then I was like, no, I really should. I should go. I should stay in bed. So
Yeah.
kind of.
So
I did that too, where I was on the computer and everyone else was like, "Hey, wait, it's midnight. I can cast on now." I'm like, "Oh, I guess I could. I should go to bed.
I should go to
I
bed.
should go to bed for
And I
real."
thought I would get up early because I got up early the day before. And I thought, okay, I'll get up and have a cup of coffee and I'll cast on and get started. Nope.
yeah,
So,
I didn't think about it. I was up at midnight having a panic attack, but that was not the same thing. And so
no.
I'm much better now.
So
Don't
here
worry,
it is,
but
almost 6
glad.
o'clock
I'm
Central
glad.
Time, and I have not cast on. So that is too much time into the countdown that I haven't cast on.
yeah, what is going on?
So I'm going to
Adam.
leave too and go get my stuff. I know. I mean, I was too busy with my balls. So
You should
Well,
have
you
been
could.
playing with your balls of yarn.
yeah.
You can always go grab and come back. So,
Yeah.
have you decided what your alterations are? Because you said you wanted to do a murder knit shawl, but you were going
Right.
to add some details to it.
I think I'm just going to do like I'm torn between the lace, the yarn over or whatever, or the garter stockinette panels. Because I really did like the one I did with the stockinette panels that had the mohair in it. And it was like it broke it up. And then I don't have to count and think
Yeah.
with the yarn over. So I don't have to be like, wait, which way was I going now?
Right.
Because if you don't do the yarn over the right, if you forget, I've done that before, I've forgotten, and then it's not textured on the right side.
Oh,
If
yeah.
you do it like that.
That's not good.
So
What yarn are you using?
Shark Week 2020 from Molly Klein Design.
I did see that. Yes, yes.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep. It's up front. It's not even in here where I had it because I was going to get up and start it this morning, but I did not. So I'm gonna go do that right now, and then my men are gonna be home soon, so then I have to cook dinner. So
Cool.
Unfortunate.
Fine.
So-
Be that way. Whatever.
I came in to
See
read
how
you
it
an
is.
inappropriate book. Look, I came with gifts, all right? So don't sass me.
Oh,
Don't make me
whatever,
use my
woman.
teacher. Don't make me use my teacher voice, DK.
I thought teachers were supposed to be nice.
Sure. We are.
Uh-huh.
To a point. Until you make me not nice, and then I'm not nice. So
Oh, it's like when your kids are doing something ridiculous and then you're nice and you're nice and you're nice and then all of a
And then
sudden
you're
your
not,
patience
yeah.
is over.
the face, the look.
That's a true story.
If I can't stop you from across the room with a look, I'm not doing my job. So
Speaking of the look, I would say, that you still haven't turned the look on enough towards Denise's direction to get her on board.
I
On
haven't
board of what?
physically seen her, and I'm the little sister. Can I really ever give her the look and it work?
I don't know. Be
You
difficult.
know, she is the big sister. So
What's she
She
supposed
just
to be
doesn't
doing?
get
What have I
stickers.
missed?
Huh?
What's she supposed to be doing?
No, she won't officially join.
Oh, why not? Doesn't she knit like all the time?
And doesn't she frog stuff all the time?
Like she won't even be mad about it.
That's what I said.
What?
She's like, no, if I knit it, I don't want to rip it out. I'm like, but you rip stuff out all the time.
Oh, well.
So she was gonna play along. I'm like, well, then you don't get stickers.
Yeah.
Because if you don't follow the rules, you don't get a reward.
True story.
So
Yeah, Anne won't even give my kids stickers if we don't email into the email that I co-own with her.
Yes, your
I have to
own email
into
address
my
that you have
own
to email.
email
yourself.
because she won't let my kid participate if we don't email in.
And did you?
Well,
I just found out now I
that,
have to.
considering that, after all, I will be sending stickers to you. I assume I can send stickers to the same address to reach your child.
Correct. which is why I didn't think I had to email in, but she said I had to, so whatever.
No, I've just been
'Cause-
mean to everybody.
But believe it or not, we pretend we're friends, and she does have my email address or my home address.
Look, man, the rules either apply to everybody or they apply to nobody.
Exactly.
I am part of this. I am running this. Kind of, not really. Anne's running it, but my name is on it.
Doesn't matter.
It's my own email I have to email. Thank you.
Which, by the way, I do all the time. I email myself all the time, so I remember to do something. I'm always.
I like to text myself.
There's
but
even
yeah.
like a folder in my thing. It says emails to yourself or something like that. I don't know what it is. I'm forgetful. So, all right.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go find dinner and put these inappropriate books up. So.
Well, thanks for reading stories,
And
and
then I'm gonna cast on.
go cast on. Don't lose.
Are there extra points for whoever's the last person to cast on?
No.
Because I'm time stamping this baby.
I mean, look, I've been asked, like, okay, will there be a prize for like the biggest project that was done or this or that? I'm like, that's a lot of figuring stuff out.
You know,
I'm
not a prize, but maybe the glory.
The glory.
So,
yes.
You know.
And I was going to tell you something, and now it's just straight up gone. So. Oh,
because you know
you missed the new bags that she was showing off.
Oh,
there's even more prizes now. So.
Oh man. Yeah, don't forget I'm in for a gift card because I suck and I didn't send you anything.
Yes. And and I didn't mention it, but Cheryl of Wise Owl Knits, she is contributing patterns, and yes, a gift card from Amy to Chicken Lady, which is awesome, and cool bags.
Chicken Lady or Tina, either one. Their choice.
Right. Okay.
Just not like, somebody. Well, I guess it doesn't matter because it's a gift card, but okay, yeah. I was trying to keep it American.
Yeah, no.
Like, I don't know how that works for skeins. Like, otherwise I would say skeins, but I don't know how that works, too.
Yeah.
So, American
Black
money.
Magazine wants to know how to join.
How to join Shark Week or how to join this stream?
How to join the stream.
How to join this stream is in the private chat, Neil. You'll have to scroll up. How to join Shark Week. Ha ha. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, I thought he was talking about how to join
for those
Shark
of us,
Week, which is why I was laughing.
Right. For those of you possibly just joining us and not having heard about Shark Week before, which I find it hard to believe, but Oh, there you go, the stream.
All right. Now I'm really leaving.
Oh, because Neil's coming? That's how
is
it
he really
is?
coming?
Yeah.
I mean, I gotta go then. Jeez. I don't want to make it feel bad that I've covered up my hair,
Right.
So, 'cause that would be, rude for someone who doesn't have any hair. So, all right. I'm going to make tacos. Peace.
Ooh, have fun.
It's Taco Tuesday.
Have one for me
Yeah.
too.
Sounds awesome. I want tacos now.
Bye.
Bye.
Anyways, so I guess there's Neil.
What's
go.
up?
She went because I was joining.
Too
Well,
much.
that's what I said. No, she came and read us a really inappropriate story and then was on her way.
I listened. That's what as I started to watch. So I've had a sleep, so I thought I'd come on just for 10 minutes. So
Okay.
even though it's the middle of the night here, and just to show my cast on. It's supposed to be a hat, but I don't even think it's going to fit a baby. It's tiny.
Why is it so small? Is it your gauge or is it?
Yeah, because I'm a super tight knitter, aren't I? So I'm hoping it'll stretch out a bit. I'm sure it'll fit some child somewhere with a head abnormality.
I was going to say it won't fit any of my kids, that's for sure. Their heads are as big as mine. So.
But if you remember, I did say, does it have to be fit for purpose? And I think it didn't have to be fit for purpose. So I think I'll be all right. I think.
It's fine.
Was your cast on loose or is it a tight cast on too?
Hey,
I went.
Holly. Hi.
Hey, I went
Hi.
up 2 needle sizes. So why? I don't know, but it's I don't know. Well,
Well, I am just going to claim that the rules said that it just had to be finished. It didn't have to be good.
Ah,
So,
that's all right then.
like my
That is a very
project
accurate representation of the rules.
might not be good or right, but it will be finished.
Right. And also,
story.
you said you were going to make a hat, and you were going to use the lasagna hat pattern. So as long as in the end it's lasagna hat pattern, basically, I mean, there's
I think I'll
What
be
else
good.
can it be?
yeah. If we're not just saying done, but we have to judge quality, I'm like, that's take all day.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
Yeah, because none of us are good knitters, are we?
Very worst.
So Adam was missing you. He was very concerned that we had no BIPOC
Oh.
representation.
I'm here
But-
now, Adam. You can relax. The black female contingent is here.
So Holly, what
Oh,
you
man.
working on?
Yeah.
I'm making the 1898 hat.
Ah,
You guys ever
yes.
made that? It's really great because it's double ear flap area, and it's a free pattern. So I've made it a couple times, and I think they've both been lost camping. So I'm making it again.
Yeah, it's quite clever design, isn't it? Considering
Yeah,
it's
it is.
an old design as well.
Right.
Did somebody update it though, or was it always knitted that way? Because it's the ear bits, isn't it, that's quite clever. With the
Right. I
slip
have no
stitches.
idea. It's very easy to read. It doesn't read like an old pattern. So somebody at least updated the directions.
Oh, and also, Shagsworth is in the chat. I don't currently have power to highlight. That's just with DK at the moment. But nice to see you. I was on his show, the midweek hump this past Wednesday, and it was a really good time.
Well, I have knit
Is
that.
oh, sorry, go on.
I've knit that hat before, Holly, and the long band of garter kind of drove me insane.
Really?
A little bit, just a little, but you have to trust the process, right?
Right.
And
I'm
maybe
kind
the
of
needle?
thankful that there's a lot of garters so that it's not too hard on the brain.
Yes.
Yeah. I get that.
Have I somehow got lost, or am I still here?
Well, I can hear you. I can't see you.
Well, maybe that's a good thing.
Maybe it'll work out in the end. But, anyways, Holly, using your yarn, it is
Yay.
fabulous.
Oh, good. I'm so glad you like it.
Not sure about all these stitch markers though, but getting
Yeah.
there.
So why do you need all the stitch markers? What are you doing on that first couple of rows?
Well, all of the stitch markers are for all of the little sections. So, yeah, that there's lots of increases, that it's one of those where the shawl, kind of starts in the middle and goes out.
Ah, right.
So, yeah, there's
Is
lots.
is the Shagsworth British by any chance?
No,
Ah,
not that I know
you
of. He has
use
an
that
American
phrase.
accent anyways.
Ah. Oh. Somebody was growling then. Was that a dog?
No.
Yeah, I don't know where I've gone. I don't know what's happening to my my screen. No idea.
Oh no.
Now you've made the man sad, Deal. But no, that was my.
Oh, was it an
Okay.
insult to ask that? Yeah, because do you know what that means? Do you use that word in America?
What word?
Shagsworth.
Well, we know what it means.
Oh, you do? Ah, right, okay.
Yeah.
Just
I mean,
checking.
everybody's seen Austin Powers as Fire
Yeah, I was
Shagsby,
gonna
right?
say.
So come on.
That's how we know.
Okay. Yeah, I'm forgetting about Austin Powers.
Mhm.
That brilliant cultural reference for all things English.
We know about your country. We've seen Austin Powers and Harry Potter.
Oh, that's everything, isn't it? There's nothing else
Dude,
to know.
I gotta tell you though, Harry Potter is so much fun to listen to with my kids, and we talk about all the different words and all different things that they use. Like today, they were singing about somebody being born in a bin, and we got to talk about what the heck they were talking about. So much fun.
So, oh yeah, because you don't have bin, do you? You don't say the word bin.
We don't use the word bin, no.
Ah.
So, but there's a lot of stuff like that where like I'll pause the book that we're listening to and I'll be like, okay, so does anybody know what they're talking about? Most of the time they do, and I'm pretty impressed. So whatever.
I know.
Other time your kids are like,
I read a lot of British books to my kids, and they're always like, ugh. Because they know there's going to be a bunch of words they're going to have to talk about.
Yeah. Well, my kids are so into Harry Potter that they don't care. They're like every time we're in the car, especially because I can run it through the speakers, and it's usually we're driving somewhere like an hour. So they're like, can we listen to Harry Potter? And they just think it's the greatest thing ever.
Oh.
But then I pause it too much, and then they're like, come on, Mom, we just want to hear the story now. Like, but yeah, Neil, what happened to you? Oh, there you are.
I think it's something to do with the camera I was using, because I was using my phone. I used my phone as my camera, and so now I'm using my laptop. So that's why it's all grainy and weird.
That's all right. I thought maybe they didn't like let you on the internet after a certain time over there or something.
Well, yeah, they were doing that in France, weren't they? In Paris, didn't they turn the internet off to try and stop them rioting?
I didn't know that.
Or
I was
something.
just kidding.
Oh, well, you laugh now. I think it'll be coming to a house near you soon.
Well, I was talking about how they're trying to get rid of gas for us. So yeah, it is going to come.
Yeah.
So,
gosh.
I'd say
Yeah.
after the reprise of, Stephanie's nightmare occurrence of cutting off all the power.
Well, did you see that thing I shared on Instagram the other day where it was, I don't know whether it was originally a joke. I suspect it was. But they were saying, to combat fossil fuels, they were now going to have tankers. They were going to use like parachutes, like kite parachutes to pull the ships through. And then the next picture was like a ship with sails. So basically, we're going backwards in time. We're going to have horses and carts soon.
Yes, because horses are better for the environment.
Around? Yeah.
Sorry, say that again. Sorry.
Well, Anne said because horses are better for the environment, and I was going the same direction. Like, don't they want us to get rid of all the cows? So, like, why would they want more horses?
Because horses fart too.
Exactly.
And as Therese argues, you can't eat them, which
just make it worse.
Unless you're French.
What?
Well, I just don't understand all the we want to switch everything to electric, but don't overload the grid, guys. Don't use your electricity because you're over. But yes, buy an electric car. It just doesn't make make logical sense.
Are they doing the same thing over there that they're doing here, which is, when the roads get potholes in them, they're not repairing them and they're just leaving them with potholes everywhere. And there's a theory out there, like a conspiracy, that it's because they want to make driving so difficult that people are eventually going to have to stop driving. And when we have these 15-minute cities, because they're building apartment blocks now that don't have parking spaces, so they're anticipating people won't even be able to have a car. And that's happening here. It's happening in my city here. So it does make you wonder whether there's because when everyone's got electric cars in 2030, I think it is, nobody in the UK is going to be able to buy a new petrol or gas powered car. You're only going to be able to buy a new electric car. But we don't have any electric points to charge those cars. There are none anywhere. I don't know of one anywhere. I'm sure there's some in London, but so I don't know what we're
don't even have air conditioning. What are you going to do when you suddenly have all the electricity from these electric cars?
I know, yeah. We don't even have TVs. We don't have electric at all yet. We're still using gas lamps like in the 1800s.
We're still in
I
a
don't
little
get the whole
cottage in
thing.
the woods.
Well, there was a big thing here. I don't know if it was a year or two ago where they were talking about all the people buying Teslas and electric cars in Texas and how our roads are repaired because of the gas tax. So if you're not buying gas, you're not paying taxes to fix the roadways. And so they're collecting less transportation tax, I guess, to fix the roads. And so then they were trying to figure out how to get that tax from people who buy electric cars since they're not buying gas.
Taxman always gets his due.
I don't know. It's just all a big.
Oh, that dog is adorable.
Oh yes, we
it's
got
tiny.
a puppy.
Oh,
This is one reason I'm only doing a hat for Shark Week, because he's taking up a lot of
Busy.
time.
Yeah.
Yes. His name is
Oh.
Watson, and he's 10 weeks old. He's a dachshund.
oh, he's lovely.
How cute.
He was barking at the
Watson's
cats.
a sweetie. Yeah, you tell those cats, Watson. They're up to no good.
Oh, I want a puppy.
I
I
know.
know.
They're fun, but they're a lot of work.
I don't.
I have never had a dog before. I have only been a cat person. So,
Yeah,
We're
they're not
cat
like
people.
cats.
no. It's all new for me.
Yeah, you can leave a cat and go out, but can't leave a puppy.
Not really.
Yeah.
The dog will actually miss you when you're gone.
Hmm.
But yeah, in the chat, where's Molly? Molly now lives with my brother. So we just hang out sometimes. I took a picture of her the other day. I think I put it in the PIK chat. I'm not sure. But we were watching RoboCop 3, and she was very concerned. There was a lot of shouting.
Aw.
So
That's funny.
it makes her very upset.
That.
She's a sensitive soul, is my muscle-bound bulldog.
Well, I'm gonna have to say goodbye.
Thanks for
I got a
coming
text
and
that
hanging
my dinner is ready, so I gotta go eat it.
Ooh, fancy.
Woohoo!
Thanks
Yeah.
for coming. We'll see you soon.
So it was good to see you
Enjoy
guys.
Taco Tuesday.
Bye.
I'm gonna work
Bye,
on
Bye.
my Sharky and not let it to destroy my life this week. It's really a great pattern, Cheryl. I promise it's all me.
You
I
can do
should
it,
not have
Stephanie.
picked an Intarsia pattern because me and Intarsia, we are not friends.
I'm with
You'll
you.
learn
It was
something
good
new.
talking to
It's good.
everyone. Bye.
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 Thanks for coming and sharing shark facts.
I'm scaring everyone off, aren't I?
No.
It would just be me in a minute. Everyone else will have gone.
Everyone else will
I've
abandon ship.
gotten- Dude, I've gotten like 4 phone calls while we've been on this, and I lost my phone charger, and I don't know what I'm doing today. It's been a day.
Yeah.
But
So, Holly,
Yes.
is the beautiful puppy pausing you from podcasting?
Well, sort of. I'm hoping to film on Thursday. So, but
I've
yeah,
just
it's-
realised the name. It
Oh.
fits, doesn't it? Of course
Yes,
it does.
Watson.
Yeah. It took me a minute.
Yeah, but I hope to film on Thursday, but it has been like a lot of work, and also we have we have chickens, and one of our chickens died, so it was like 2 days I was just
Oh.
doing chickens, and it was so funny, Anne, because the chicken died, and it was like the next day you were doing a live. Was it just your regular? Oh my goodness. Politically incorrect knitters, and you were talking about how to kill a chicken.
Oh, no, I think that was on Knit Night.
Yes,
If I was on with them.
It was
And
just
you're like,
funny.
oh no, this is PTSD.
It was too soon. No, it was fun.
Too
but-
soon.
So there's
But-
just been a lot of drama with animals and stuff going on, but you know how summer is. Summer always seems like it's going to be chill and less stuff going on, and it never is. So
yeah, no, that's exactly where we've been this month.
mhm.
Everything has been just every time I like get like a tiny handle on it, it like flings away from me again, and I have to try to run and catch up. So, and And then you threw a puppy in. I have always said that I don't want a dog because I feel like I have raised my children. They're potty trained. I don't have to worry about what anybody's doing. And then you get a dog, and then no.
Yeah.
Isn't it like having another baby, like with a puppy?
It kind of is, because you have to watch them all the time because they get into stuff. The nice thing is, since he's so little, he can't really jump. Even like he can't go up the stairs. So that's kind of nice. And when we take him out, he tries to jump back onto the step to get back in the house, and he can't make it. So it's cute, but
That's
That's cute.
yes.
Is he chewing things yet?
Yes, he must be teething. When we first brought him home, he was 8 weeks old, and he was real quiet. He just walked around, and now he's chewing everything. So I think he must be teething.
Wait till he gets a ball of yarn. Oof.
Oh, I know. Yeah, if he gets my yarn, I'm like, no, come back.
I'd say it's the perfect opportunity to try Stephanie's shark brains on the teeth. See if that helps.
Yeah, really. Where do I get those?
Yeah, I
Just
don't
pop
know
down
you
to
can
the
get 'em
store
anymore.
and I don't even want to know what kind of website you'd have to be on to get shark brains.
I know.
Probably a Chinese one.
Probably. Yeah, I'm sure you could
Probably.
find it. Or, I mean, who knows? They could sell you anything, and you'd be like, okay, I guess this is shark
Like-
brains. Who knows?
It's like, I don't know. I think it kind of is this silly putty? I don't know. Is it shark brains? I know that they you can get pig's brains in a tin, and that I saw a YouTube video on it. I did not buy this, but it was a couple of guys and they were eating it, and they said that it was a very fatty, greasy texture. And
Does this go along with cheese in a tin? Is this like
No.
a thing?
No.
not a common thing, no. No, I can just feel Amy from Two Sisters like flipping a table somewhere that someone's eating pig brains. So not kosher.
No, pig brains and cheese in a tin are two completely different animals. One is some sort of processed something, and the other
Exactly.
is gross.
One
So-
is found in nature, and one is
And is
edible.
gross. Yes. So, Neil, you really went and took a nap and then decided to get up at midnight and hang out with us?
I did, yeah. Well, I didn't intend to. I was just so tired. I thought, oh, I'll just go and lie down for a minute. And then the next minute I'd fallen asleep. And then the cats were waking me up late because obviously they were starving. And, they miss one meal and that's it. They've never eaten for weeks. You know what I mean? They think they're going to die, don't they? So now I'm wide awake and I have to be up really early in the morning. So I just think,
How's your finger?
Oh, it's my appointment's tomorrow. So
Okay.
you can't really see. So I've still got a splint on, but it's a different kind of splint. So it stops the end of my
Fancy.
finger bending. So I think tomorrow I'll be able to take it off, but then I'd still have to wear this at night for, I think, quite a few months, I think. I don't know how long yet. But I think if you look, it's just got a weird bend at the top. So I'm hoping that that's what it'll be like when they take the splint off, and that it doesn't just because it might just go.
Have you taken the splint off at all or no?
No, I've been really diligent about it because they said it has to be on for 24 hours. So literally, I've taken the splint off with my hand on a flat surface, washed it with a wet cloth, and then I've put the new splint on, but I've got this one because it was getting really the skin was getting really painful because of the sticky tape and all of that. So I thought, well, I'll get this and get a bit of air to it, and it has been a lot better. But what's really weird, I said this yesterday, for some reason that finger now is hypersensitive. If I put my hand under a tap, it's freezing or it's boiling hot, or if I touch anything, I get like almost an electric shock. It's so sensitive. So I don't know what that's about. So I don't know whether there's been a bit of nerve damage or something when, or whether it's just because nothing has touched it for 8 weeks while I've had the bigger splint on it. I don't know. At least in the grand scheme of things, it's nothing. You know what I mean? It could have been a hell of a lot worse. You know, I could have lost an arm, or you know. So I can live with a dodgy fingertip, I think. Worst things happen at sea.
Like sharks.
Yes.
Oh man. So I'm
Everyone's gone
knackered.
quiet. You're knackered,
Yeah.
are you?
Yeah. It doesn't sound
Sorry.
right coming out of my mouth.
It just doesn't work with an American accent. Sorry.
No.
You're knackered. I'm, again, totally distracted.
Try it
Yeah,
with
and
my
trying to
accent.
figure out that Stephen West show. I'm
I
not
know,
trying out
I
your
know.
show
I
on,
should-
no.
I should have had a timer. Because 11 my time, I went to bed like 12:30, like a fool. But if I had really diligently sat down and started at 11, did an hour, then, see, hindsight. I could have like had it to a reasonable point where I don't have to look at it so much. I'd know what I was doing. Terrible.
I started mine this morning, and I was working, and then little one came out and said, "Is Shark Week today?" And I said, "Yes, it is." And so then I had to wind yarn so that they could start their little project. And they took it to camp and worked on it during free time, and very, very diligent working on their little projects so that they can get stickers. That's the plan.
Oh,
So-
bless.
Good plan. Oh, and I guess I should say, I mean, Neil and Liz and others pointed this out, but that Shark Week isn't on the Discovery Channel Shark Week. Yes, I know, because Discovery Channel doesn't announce what their Shark Week is until really close to actual Shark Week, which is stupid for the rest of us.
I know.
When, you know,
They
we're all
probably
planning.
figure people are not planning giant knitting things for sure.
Exactly. They're
Oh.
people don't care. They're not planning elaborate shark-themed dinner parties. And,
I got all
you know,
excited thinking that we were going to get some extra time, you know, a couple of extra weeks thrown
It's
in.
Shark Month.
No,
Yeah.
Oh, so is it not yet, Anne? Is that the deal?
no.
I've missed
Okay.
this.
No. Our Shark Week right now. Nobody gets out of it.
No, Shark Week
Nobody's leaving
for
the ship.
PIK is the
We're-
11th through the 18th Eastern.
But it's
I'm
going to
on
make
12
it
Eastern
difficult
on the 18th.
to watch live shark TV, isn't it? Because there
Right.
won't be anything. So you'll have to watch, you know, pre-recorded
we-
things.
We live in the world of the internet. Everybody will be able to find a shark thing if they feel like it. So
Right.
we're good.
I think Discovery Channel Jason Momoa hosted Shark Week is like the 26th or something. So
The
Y'all wear
26th.
your
How
shark
could you be
hat.
that far off?
look, somebody I asked the internet, when is Shark Week? Some website said this is Shark Week. I said, awesome, I'll take that. And then it was all true.
You could have just
And then
blamed
it said,
Blocked
"I'm just
magazine
kidding."
and said that we got it wrong in the magazine and put the wrong date, and then nobody would have known any better.
Here.
As if I
The boot
didn't
camp
send.
gyms. Yeah. But Selfish Nerd said that the boot camp gyms are doing Shark Week this week also. So maybe there
okay.
was something going on at Discovery that we as just little people don't know about.
I don't know.
Could be.
Hmm.
Maybe they delayed it for whatever reason.
Well, have you noticed that every day this week there's been a shark story in the news? At least there has been here. There was a story where some guy, I don't know, is he called the Undertaker? Do you know is he a wrestler? I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a story about him and his wife staring at a shark or something. That was today to scare a shark off. He stood in the water and stared at it. And I thought that was a bit odd.
Was that the Daily Mail?
Oh, it could have been. I don't know. I have an
I'm
app
sorry.
on my phone that just does all the news. So
It's one of my favorite things about the Daily Mail is that it's like the most inane stuff, but it's about celebrities. They'll be like, Paris Hilton trips on the stairs and falls on her face. Here's pictures. I'm like, thank you. I wanted pictures of that. Well, I didn't, but also.
Have you heard about our BBC presenter? Has that reached America, or is it not big enough for that yet?
I don't know.
I think I did.
Yeah, we've got a very high-profile BBC presenter who has been giving money to a 17-year-old, I think they were, for naked pictures. They paid £35,000, which is about $42,000, I think. And the youngster bought drugs with it. And there's a lot of questions now as to whether they've broken the law. So the police have been involved, but nobody's saying who it is. But the internet has exposed this person and is sharing a picture where he's got his backside out. So everybody knows who it is, but nobody's allowed to say his name.
I'm sorry. Does everybody know that person by their backside?
Well, now they do. Yeah, he's a grown man, in his 60s, I think, with his backside out. And yeah.
I was talking to one of my kids and I missed half that story. All I heard about was the grown man with his backside
With his
out.
backside out. Yeah, not me. It wasn't
I don't know
me.
what's going on. I don't think the Daily Mail would have published you. I don't think you're well known enough. Even though you
What?
are literally Nittler.
Don't you know who I am?
I could just imagine the Daily Mail headline, like online knitting star controversy. Probably more salacious than that. They'd really up it.
So give us a hint. Who is it?
Oh, right. How can I do it without getting in trouble?
The question
because-
is
that
it
again?
Mears Porgan?
No, because he doesn't work for the BBC. So
Oh,
it has to
that's
be,
true, that's
it's
true.
got to be
Oh,
BBC.
presenter.
And also,
Andrew
Yeah.
I mean, not to be a judge, but I imagine that he'd have a rather unattractive backside. Not that this is necessarily a good-looking photo.
You've thought about it?
Just the 2 seconds in my head, and I went, ugh.
Does
Not to
anybody
have a
else know
competition.
any presenters?
Okay, a
His
bit of a
career has hit
clue.
rock bottom.
This isn't even remotely linked, but Tina, our friend, the yarn dyer. What is her business name? What language is it?
Welsh.
Oh, that wouldn't
You're
be a
asking-
clue. That
You're
wouldn't be a
asking us
clue.
to figure out Welsh BBC presenters?
Yes.
How are we supposed to win this game?
We don't even
Well-
call them presenters.
He's very famous here. Very famous. So whether don't know whether you guys won't know who he is, I don't think, but you might. I don't know.
Well, we might, but most
You
people
probably
don't
will
even
when
know
it all
Tom
comes
Jones
out.
is Welsh.
Say that again. Sorry, Anne. Something. Are you?
No, I said most people don't even know that Tom Jones is Welsh.
Oh, right.
Tom Jones
Is he?
is Welsh? What the heck? I don't know what's happening here. He presented a BB.
Oh, apparently it's Tina's birthday. Someone said. Amy said.
Hey,
Happy birthday,
Tina.
Tina.
Oh, happy birthday.
Does his first name start with an H and contain a W?
Oh, maybe.
Maybe?
Maybe.
I'm being very
kind of
vague
answer is
because he's been somebody has been threatening to sue people just in people on the internet just sort of speculating. So I doubt he's going to be watching this knitting thing, but who knows? Although one thing I will tell you, there was a game show on tonight on TV called The Chase, and one of the questions was about a BBC presenter, and the answer was Hugh Edwards, and I just thought that was really interesting, just for no apparent reason. So,
Never heard of this name.
Me neither. But it was really interesting that guy was on it for no reason. So
yeah,
that's cool.
yeah, really interesting. I thought. Anyway.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Yeah, any of the Brits in the comments now are going to know exactly what I'm on about here.
I have no idea, but it's fun. Whatever.
Yeah, it's all gone quiet over our other weird paedophile presenter as well, over Philip Schofield. That seems to have sort of died a death at the moment. Have you heard about that one? You must have heard about him.
I know
No?
nothing.
I heard about him, but yeah, that was also the guy who was so emphatic that everybody get the jab. So, you know, not that I hold grudges or anything, but I do a bit.
Yes. Yes, he says he knows. Says he knows who we're talking about.
Good for you. I still don't know what's going on. Although I think my kid has finally stopped talking to me, so at least that's a bonus.
Don't be so
Makes it easier to
enthusiastic.
follow the conversation. Michelle, Kelly.
All right.
Says she wants to go see the Sound of Freedom, but she doesn't know if she can handle it because she cries at Hallmark commercials. I don't know. I heard it's supposed to be really good. Although,
Yeah.
if you see it now, it's a QAnon thing.
Oh, yes.
So
Conspiracy.
Oh,
Yeah.
How do they think people will accept this nonsense now? You know what I mean? Where they're just lying about stuff all the time, and then they show things. What was that kids sort of show where they were dancing in it, and it was really sexually provocative?
Oh,
And,
Cuties.
Yes, Cuties. That
Yeah,
was it.
Cuties is cool.
Yeah, that was okay, but this isn't.
Yeah,
You know,
that's yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was oh yeah, that Amy says to donate to the organization the movie was based on. So yeah, you
Operation
can definitely donate.
Underground.
Yeah, donate directly to them. But okay, so I
They don't
was
get any money from the movie.
right.
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry.
No, anyway, so I was listening to Timcast last night and not throwing things at the TV because, you know, sometimes they drive me nuts. But they were
Because you're a
talking about the
grown-up?
movie. Yeah. You know. So sorry, the thing that drove me nuts is that they were talking about how Biden had to leave one of his former campaigns because, you know, like 20 years ago when he ran for president, because he totally ripped off the guy's speech, who was also Welsh, I think. But he's like, wow, before the internet, people would have just like had to accept the lie because they couldn't look it up right now. And I'm just sitting there like, I wish this was Joe Rogan and all y'all were high, because that would make this so much.
Yeah, the guy he copied was Neil Kinnock. He was a ginger-haired Welsh Labour leader at the time. And yeah, it's like, of all the people to copy, why you would copy Neil Kinnock, I don't know. But
Well, it's that good Welsh rhetoric, like they say in My Fair Lady. It's the Welsh. But anyways, so Timcast was talking about Sound of Freedom, and they say that the intro credits is real footage of kids being kidnapped that they
what?
do. No,
That's
it's based on
terrifying.
a true story. So yeah, just the intro thing. It's like little video footage of, you know, there's kids playing outside and one of them's grabbed, and you know, then they move on to the next one. So yeah, it's apparently
how?
Sorry.
No, go on. Sorry, Anne. Go on.
No, just apparently that how the story is that they do a very good job of it from what they said, but no, I haven't seen
So
it.
how did they get that footage? Is it from people's doorbell cameras or something? Because who was filming these kids being abducted? You know, do you know what I mean? It seems a bit odd.
Right. That yeah, I don't know. I mean, apparently it happens enough that it's got to be captured on camera sometime, but
Wow.
yeah. I don't know where they got the footage.
Yeah, isn't it interesting? I don't know where I saw it, but someone was saying that the amount of kids that go missing in America and in Europe and in Britain, you know, and nobody ever talks about the numbers. The numbers are unbelievable. You know, more, you know, it's something that should be something silly like 10 a day or something are going missing, or even more. But nobody, why do they not talk about it? You only hear of certain cases, don't you? I don't know.
Hey, Delilah.
I don't know.
Just a second. Let me see.
Yes, it's definitely not the sharks getting them. To bring it back up.
It certainly is not the sharks.
Do you know what I'm going to try to watch? I'm
What?
going to try to find that the episode of Happy Days where Fonzie jumps the shark, because that's where that whole phrase comes from, right? For shows when they go too far, they jump the shark. Yeah, it's the end of Happy Days.
Perfect.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's
I don't know
awesome.
what I'm gonna do. The kids are in camp for 3 more days, so maybe I'll like watch something. Maybe I will watch Sharknado on my own.
I think I'm going to watch Jaws. I haven't watched that for years, so I think I'll just
I
go
haven't
back
seen
to
it
the
since I was a
old
kid.
classic. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably really crap now, isn't it? Watching it sort of
I
modernized.
watched it for the first time a year or two ago. Like, I don't know why, I hadn't seen it before, and I thought it was pretty awesome. So,
Right.
but I'm also one of those people who will like, like, oh no, like if something jump scares you, I'm going, wah! Which is probably why my dog was so concerned about RoboCop, because she's like, you're like screaming. I'm like, oh, there's they just shot the guy, it's terrible, and the dog's like looking at me like it's just a screen, you're fine.
I watched a dreadful horror film the other day, so don't watch it. It's absolutely shit. It's called Mandrake, and it's Irish. So just so you know, don't bother. It really is bad.
Are the Irish not known for their horror movies? If it's an Irish horror film, you're like, nah, don't
It's
go.
the first one I've seen, and it was shit.
I didn't know they made horror movies, so I guess they're not
Movies
known
in general.
for
Well, what was that other film that was Irish that was shit? What was that? Oh, I never saw it, but The Banshees of Iniskinning or something.
Yeah.
Yes, it's so
What?
bad. Holly, please say you didn't watch that.
No.
Oh, good.
But I remember
What was
Devin
it?
talking about it. So
Right. No, I was sitting there in Devin's comments going, please do not. You're like, okay, everybody's adults and they can do what they want. I'm like, I didn't notice the knitting, which you would expect would be rare for me because it was such a bad film. It was just painful and weird. It was like a deeply uncomfortable movie the whole time, and you kept waiting for the point, and it didn't happen. It was bad.
I think Katie's right.
But anyways, not to interrupt from the Mandrake and how terrible it was.
Oh no, that was it. I have nothing else to say about it. It's just so bad, and I just felt I had to share it with you in case anybody was thinking of watching it. You know, I know how you Americans
save
like
us from that.
Irish things.
we like charming Irish things.
So,
Leprechauns and things like that.
Yes.
my mother watches every terrible, awful horror movie, so I'll tell her to go watch it because she will. she likes them because she thinks they're kind of funny. So, you know. But,
Yeah, I won't talk about that one. I can't be bothered. But what's Santa Jaws?
I don't know. I haven't heard of it. It sounds terrible.
Perfect.
One for you, Anne. Have a look for The Black Freighter. It's an animation, and it's. Do you remember The Watchmen? Did you read
Yes,
The
I
Watchmen?
haven't actually seen The Watchmen or read The Watchmen.
You haven't, did you say?
No, because I've been so busy with RoboCop 3. Sorry,
okay.
I need to stop.
How many RoboCops were you
Also-
watching? All of them?
No, I watched the first 3. Okay, so Carrie Smith's show, Popped Culture, her co-host is Mystery Chris, and they had a list of their 10, it was like 10 favorite movies. You know, it didn't have to be good. It has to be your favorite. And he mentioned RoboCop 2 was still one of his favorite movies of all time. So I said, sure, I'm game. I'll watch this. I'm like, there is so much Jello blood right now. But it's like, okay, so we're watching, okay, RoboCop 1, very bloody. RoboCop 2, also bloody. I'm sitting here like, Mystery Chris, you didn't watch this as a child, did you? Because there's like, this is a rated R film, and it's ridiculous, but it's like, still, like, there's a lot of drugs and a lot of, you know.
I remember I saw that at the cinema. So I don't know
Wow.
what year that was, and I remember then thinking it was a bit shit.
I
I
was
think
gonna make
that,
a joke about how old you are, but I won't.
what's that? Sorry, say that again.
Old enough to watch a rated R film in the 80s. So
Oh, am I giving things away? Well, it
But-
wasn't Metropolis or anything like that. I didn't see that at the cinema. So
okay, RoboCop 2 and 3, and there was a quality deterioration between the two. Were both written by Frank Miller, which I found fascinating.
what, Daredevil, Frank Miller?
Yes, and also Batman Frank Miller, and also Watchmen Frank Miller. But
No, he didn't
also,
do Watchmen.
Oh, he didn't? I thought he did.
No, that was oh God, I've forgotten his name. Alan Moore. Yeah, DK's lost. Oh, straight over it.
Okay.
I'm lost
Okay,
and
but-
I'm laughing
okay.
at Amy's comments because this is what she's got going on. Well, Mr. Chris is black, so his mom probably didn't care. And then she said it's a joke, but it was funny.
What? So fun. Okay,
Sorry.
okay, also, everybody else talk about amongst yourselves. I don't know if you remember RoboCop 3 at all, Neil, but I'm like, this is definitely a Frank Miller film. It has all of the tropes. It starts with, the law, or are we going to do the right thing, or the evil corporation. And then we have cops shoot a blonde woman and she dies in front of an altar in a Catholic church. And then there's ninjas for no reason. Like, why?
There's always
Every
ninjas.
time!
Always ninjas. Which is
This
the one where
happened
it's you have 20 seconds to comply. Which one was that in? There was like these big
the
robot
first one.
things. Is that
Yeah, I
the
think
first
that's
one? Oh,
I mean, I think they repeat it several times because, it's so good. Got to keep it going.
I think I remember of the first one. They had those adverts, didn't they, where it was all about global warming and everyone was going to have their skin burnt off, so you weren't allowed to go outside without putting cream on or something. And that's when it all started, all the global warming nonsense.
You blame
You
RoboCop
sound
for
like
that?
terrible. Movie.
Well, Frank Miller. I didn't know he wrote it, but it's Frank Miller's fault.
He didn't write the first one.
Ah, right, okay.
But anyways, sorry. Total distraction.
I got nothing.
Sorry, I'm trying to count.
I'm going to send you some comics, DK. You need to read up on some comic history so you know what we're talking about.
Fine.
I think,
Fine,
what should
I'll
we
do
start
it if
with,
you
Anne?
say.
What should we make a read first?
Oh, I am hardly the one to say.
Batman Year One?
I might own Batman Year One. Hang on.
Yeah, I think you
I
will.
haven't even read it though, so see, I am such a fake fan.
Well, at least she's honest about it.
Because I actually got this at the used bookstore the other day, and I was so excited. Yeah. Hang on. But yeah, it went. Here we go. Oops, then it's back. But yeah,
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah.
What is it?
Batman.
Yeah, I'm excited, and the art is beautiful, and I love how Batman's thoughts are in cursive. I think that's very
Well, that was 85, was it, or 86? I can't remember. And what happened was DC at the time, they were sick of everybody taking the piss out of Batman being gay with him and Robin, because of the Adam West TV show. And they rebooted everything from the beginning. And Frank Miller made a distinct choice to make sure that his Batman was sort of grim and gritty, so people wouldn't think it was the camp, shark repellent spray Batman.
I know, but I love that show. It's so silly.
I like the
You
one where
want-
he dances. Have you
Oh.
seen that one?
Oh, here's Grady horning in. Can you say hi?
Hello.
Say hi.
Yeah,
All right, if
it
you
is
want something
Santa,
a little
and I am watching.
a little easier, deplorable knitter, this is my comics.
Ah.
See, those are more my speed. Yeah.
Yes. I actually got these. These are signed by Carl Barks, who is a big Walt Disney Comics illustrator in the 50s and 60s. So yeah.
Wow.
That's cool.
That's pretty fancy.
You gonna do anything? You're just gonna sit there.
Sometimes they just need to sit with you. That's the true story. I was looking at the time thinking I'm going to have to go in a few because it's going to be the time for the bedtime snuggles and nobody does them the same way that I do. So
Yeah, we are creeping
It
up
is
on
what it
2
is.
hours.
Yeah, and what time is it now? 1:45 for me.
Oh my
Good
goodness.
Lord,
Go to bed.
Neil, why don't you go to bed?
Yeah. Well, I told you I went to sleep, didn't I? So now I'm wide awake. I've got to get up at 7 though, so I've got how long have I got? 5 hours before I've got to get up. So
That's no good. Sorry for you.
I may as well stay up.
No, don't
No,
do that.
unless you're going to sleep tomorrow during the day.
Can't. Things to do, people to see.
Well, then you better go back to bed, dude.
Yeah, I am actually going to go now. So because otherwise I'll just sit till the end because I'm too nosy
Well,
to.
I think we're all going to go because I'm going to go put my kids to bed too. So,
Oh, Amy's just said I missed what Neil is making for Shark Week. Amy, you know what I'm making for Shark Week. I'm making it because you weren't making it.
yeah, isn't that the one that she couldn't figure out or something?
Yeah, so I'll show it again, but I've only got the ribbing done, the easy bit. I'm just about to change the needles and start the hard bit. So I don't know. I'm not going to do it tonight, obviously. That'll be for tomorrow night.
Ceci says things to see people to do.
Is that what I said?
No, but it's still funny. So, guys, if you haven't gotten in on Shark Week, email politicallyincorrectknitters@gmail.com. Anne is making everybody declare what they are putting up there, what they're going to make. You need to give her your address, and that's the story. Even my kid has to do it. So don't think you're exempt. If you want in for the prizes, you have to email politicallyincorrectknitters@gmail.com to be entered into Shark Week. Declare it, knit it, it'll be cool.
Win.
Win. There's so many prizes, like get in on it.
Exactly.
Yes, because as Amy says, you are a benevolent dictator. So
I am a benevolent dictator. I see, as the old saying goes, all tyranny is capricious, and I try to make my rules clear, though I am the sole arbiter of my own rules. So, they get a little squiggly. But
yeah. So email Anne at the thing that
Harsh
I said
but
1,000
fair
times.
is how I describe it.
Yes, exactly. If she's giving me free stickers, I'm good with it. Yeah. So email us, get in on Shark Week. We're going to have a Zoom at some point. We're going to go live again next Tuesday. I'm going to put out an episode soon. My life it was in a flaming basket this weekend, but it's coming back around. So I'm going to get that out, and we're good.
And it's
So,
Melanie from Revolution.
Yeah. It's a new guest that's on. So cool stuff. And Holly, thanks for coming. Neil, thanks for getting up randomly in the middle of the night. Bye, buddy. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming.
Bye.
Bye.